Welcome, Leo. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do a reading for you. The full moon in Scorpio is happening on the 2nd of May. So there's also a significant movement during this week, a few days ahead of the full moon, where Uranus is moving into Gemini. So this is really a major shift for our radical self-awareness, for global consciousness, where we are embracing the multiple abilities we have to communicate with one another. For you, Leo, particularly if you have Leo rising, this is going to affect the domain of your home, your foundation. And as that is the case, the attachment card from the energy archaeology comes up for you. This beautiful card is associated with belonging. Embodied attachment is settled and wise, knowing that people and things can come and go, and you're still safe. You still belong. Secure attachment often appears as non-attachment. So that's something I actually believe that many of you embody, a way of seeming disconnected or detached when in fact you are very invested. You are very attached or identified with the people that have meaning in your lives. But the presentation of non-attachment is part of your sense of security, your sense of safety, so that as people do come and go, your sense of belonging is not shattered, is not disturbed. And in fact, you have a lot of attachment to your loved ones, but the inability to portray that, or the unwillingness to show that, is in some ways a strength and in other ways a weakness. The other oracle from the glyph deck is feather and lightness, and the number 23 may be important to you. It reduces to the Hierophant, the Pope. This is commitment. And I do believe that as the result of some insecure attachments, perhaps from your childhood, there is this idea that you are there's less grace in your ability to release people or to show your commitment or love or purpose in relationships. In other words, that same sense of responsibility may not have been displayed to you in childhood, commitment to you, and as a result, you may, in some ways, feign disattachment or a lightness of connection, again, as a form of security, a form of protecting yourself against what you sense will be inevitable loss or detachment. So this is speaking to a deep way in which you're being challenged at your foundation right now. And this foundation may be your foundation may be asked to take care of those who did not always appear to be taking care of you. This can often relate to our relationships with our parents, our children, ways in which we question the equity and support in relationships, and instead are learning that lightness and grace accepts that people and relationships come and go, and that doesn't mean that we don't belong or we're no longer connected. We are always connected to all things and all people. And your sense of security is not dependent upon your attachment to one relationship or another. In the presence, the Six of Staves is displaying you're really working hard at all of your exchanges of energy in your relationships. This can show out as a place in your place of work. in your community, and certainly in your family, where you are seeing your sense of self and self-respect reflected in your relationships. So this is you being clear about what you want in a relationship as a way of beginning to get to know another. This is a reflection of being honest and acknowledging what you ultimately want. The risk in being honest, which means that the other party can agree or disagree, decline or refuse. Or they can, like you, be curious and want to go another step further. But this is trusting that a relationship is built, is an agreement, is a process of communication and constant negotiation. So this is your stepping into a place of putting it on the table so that there isn't any mystery about the direction you're moving in, because you're confident enough to know that if this doesn't work out, that there will be others, or there are others that give you fulfillment. This relates to perhaps most of your relationships that are meaningful to you at work, at home, personal, in significant relationships. But it also is an expression of the way that you're growing your relationship to yourself. In the past, the Seven of Swords talks a lot about a bit of the way in which you have been overlooked. And this really does feel, again, like a family story for some of you, or this can be a professional experience. The way that you've experienced your professional or work career climb or advancement, a sense of not being taken seriously for any variety of reasons. And that lack of seriousness with which others take you becomes internalized. And you begin to believe that, if only I knew more, if only I focus less on my attractiveness, because many of you are very attractive. Or they're just jealous of me and they're not going to work with me because they're critical and envious. And so you are really mulling through a lot of these ideas and experiences, recognizing that, in fact, if you are giving of yourself, looking for the best way forward for yourself, if you are attempting to stay on your path, doing the work that is significant to you, when others don't support you, don't recognize you, don't reward you, it is really your opportunity to find that recognition or support elsewhere. And it is not an option necessarily. It is no longer an option for you to allow this to block you from your idea, your project, what it is you're setting out to do. In the past, where this would have blocked you, this would have turned you aside, you would have quit or dropped something, you no longer see that as necessary. You recognize that this body is just not the place for you to get the support that your ideas are deserving of. And in the future, the Three of Jades and the Lady of Swords, you're taking a very clear-eyed, logical, rational effort as you begin to explore all of your energy exchanges, your relationships, your resources, the opportunities before you. You're looking at in a logical way, and you're open to ideas. This shows me that you know how to be curious. You're learning how to be curious. And that's what's making you an incredibly valuable member of a team. So you are joining in some kind of a collaboration or a project or partnership where you are working to build something beautiful with others, something practical, something productive. You want to use your expertise and join that with the expertise of others. This is something that you bring the willingness to learn to, the willingness to learn how to present your ideas to your teammates and how to be a voice, articulate the goals of a project. I see you being a front person, being the publicity, being the trainer or educator around a body of ideas that are supporting a project that you are putting together. So this is really a beautiful way that you are exercising some of the pain of previous attachments in your life. So this, Leo, is resonating for you. I hope by now. If it is, please like this video and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I appreciate your support, and I feel your support for me in so many ways. I thank you for that. So for the Seven of Swords, we have the Queen of Cups and the Hierophant. Indeed, a little resonance here from the Feather of Ma'at, Justice, the lightness of the heart. And in the Six of Staffs in the present, we have the Seven of Swords again and the Star card. And in the future, we have the Lady of Swords and the Three of Pentacles clarified by the Sun card and the Knight of Pentacles. Well, one of your cards showed up, the beautiful Sun, and I'm going to start here in the past where you are learning to exercise a lot of demons, a lot of criticism, wounded ego when others didn't take you seriously or dismissed your ideas out of hand, rejected your ideas or your attempt to be included in something, to make a contribution. How you've done that is through a sense of healing yourself and committing to your responsibility as an individual, committing to your dreams, committing to opening up to the learning process that the healing journey is taking you into. You're learning more about who you are. You're giving yourself the time and the space to respect who you are, so that you are understanding that you must put yourself first. You can't be a follower. You must be a co-creator at the very least. And that's what I'm seeing here for you. You know when and how to be a leader, to inspire others, to motivate others around a wonderful idea. But it is not, I don't believe, for you to be a leader so much as it is to give others the information they need, that you have learned from your ability, from your life journey, and this ability to take responsibility for what it is you want in this world, to name that and to pursue that with your sleeves rolled up, understanding that you absolutely can achieve that. So this commitment to the self is a game changer for you, and that's been happening for a while. In the present, the Six of Staffs is clarified. Again, the Seven of Swords comes up in the Star card. I feel this is describing again this way in which you recognize that the blockage that you experience from the envy, the pride, the criticism of others, things that made you stop what you were doing, abandon yourself, is turning around. You are healing this. You have healed it, and you realize this is a lifelong practice. This is not, as is any aspect of our self development, of our expanded awareness, a one and done. So you, in this very moment, as you are working through in a very honest and practical way your relationships, so that you come to accept and empower them as ongoing efforts of communication, being clear about who you are and what you want, what you see as benefit in your life and in the world. So this is really beautiful energy, and you're vibing very high at this time. You're very much able to take in information from a chaotic world and distill it into a place that supports your ideas or your exploration of new ideas. This is shaping the way you're presenting yourself, the way you're presenting ideas that you're working on. You may be following others who you admire for their ability to articulate ideas, to speak to others, to be the face and voice of something you admire and respect. In the future, the Sun card and the Knight of Pentacles are clarifying the Lady or the Queen of Swords and the Three of Jades. This very practical approach, this logical approach that you take, this curiosity that you are unleashing towards the accomplishment of a project, an idea, as part of a team perhaps, is what gives you joy and happiness, is what's unleashing the pleasure, the identity with the beautiful, life-giving golden sun. You are shining in this role of presentation, of voice for a project, for a team. You understand that everything that you are determining as part of this team is an opportunity for you to cement a vision, for you to understand who you are as a team of collaborators, and that in understanding yourself better and the joy and pleasure you can potentially bring to others is part of the way that you are self-instructed as to what the next steps are. What is the next place to go? It is this openness of ideas, this ability to speak to the team or for the team on behalf of the team that is bringing you a lot of attention, which you often love, and a lot of clarity about practical steps. This also feeds your sense of manifestation, right? This is going to be accomplished in these concrete ways. And that gives you the sense that you're grounded and you're creating something that will be available to everyone. And it's your voice that activates that. I'm going to finish this up with the Flower Oracle. Ooh, and the bluebell popped up, and the key word is gratitude. Be thankful for what is good now. I love this for you, Leo. Until next time, namaste.